Hi, my name is Morgan and I'm doing a speech mind communications class, and this is my audience. Have you ever wondered how the food industry keeps up with society's consumption of meat and what goes on behind closed doors? Good evening, everyone. My name is Morgan Donahue and I'm going to inform you about animal cruelty in the food industry. Most of us are consumers of meat and aren't truly educated on what happens to the animals in the food industry for our needs. Based on my interest on animal rights and safety, I will be able to inform you as to what is happening to your meat before it lands on your plate. I will be presenting information about the conditions the animals live in, how they are treated, and the additives given to the animals. Factory farms is the common term, but the proper name for farms in the food industry are called CAFOs, which stands for Concentrated Animal Feeding Operations. According to an article by Jennifer Weeks titled Factory Farms, states that about 21,000 chickens are raised in this 500-foot-long Purdue barn in Kentucky. Following that statement, there's a picture provided showing how you can barely see the ground through the mass of chickens. These kinds of conditions are common at factory farms who are trying to mass-produce meat in a certain amount of time. The article also states that from 1982 to 1997, the number of farms with confined animals declined by 50%, but the number of medium-sized CAFOs increased by 50%, and large farms more than doubled. Even though these numbers sound good, animals are still being confined in small spaces where they can barely turn around or lay down, which can cause a great deal of stress and anxiety to the animals. Overall, factory farming is a business. Their goal is to maximize production and gain fair profit. This is achieved by treating animals as commodities. Animals in factory farms are raised to meet consumer needs. Animals are raised in unhealthy situations to get the work done. According to an article titled Factory Farms Produce Meat in Unethical Ways, they state that since the animals are seen as mere commodities, they are bred, fed, confined, and drugged to lay more eggs, birth more offspring, and die with more meat on their bones. Chickens get their beaks cut so they don't cause harm to the other chickens in such close living conditions. Turkeys get their beaks and toes clipped without anesthesia. Cattle are frightened and confused as they are being chased to pack them into the trucks. Dairy cows are often cut by the milking machines and sometimes shocked, causing severe pain or death. Veal calves are purposely kept anemic and their muscles atrophied so their meat stays pale and tender. Female pigs are continuously kept pregnant and their piglets' tails are cut off without anesthesia so they don't tail bite when stressed or have anxiety. In addition to the rancid conditions some of these animals live in and the cruelty they are subjected to, these animals are pumped full of antibiotics and growth hormones. In factory farms, the animals need to meet the rate of consumption, and this is achieved by adding growth hormones to increase the amount of meat on their bodies. Also, the animals are given a wide variety of antibiotics to fight against any fatal diseases. Doing this to the animals is not only hurting them, but could possibly be affecting consumers. According to a toxicological research titled Risk Assessment of Growth Hormones and Antimicrobial Residues in Meat, states that concerns regarding the safety of livestock products and the prevalence of antimicrobial resistance have grown according to the increased use of veterinarian drugs. Growth hormones that are given to the animals creates a reaction to increased growth of their muscles on their bodies to unnatural levels. Antibiotics are given to fight against disease that the animals are subjected to within their living conditions. According to the toxicological research, many scientists, activists, regulators, and politicians have expressed urgent concerns on using antibiotics in food animals, since it could cause resistant strains of bacteria that harm human health. Giving so many additives to these animals, diets could affect the way their bodies naturally grow and fight against diseases. In conclusion, I have informed you about animal cruelty in the food industry, from the conditions they live in, to the abuse they are subjected to all the additives they are given in their diets. Animal cruelty in the food industry is inhumane and should be highly regulated for the safety of the animals and consumers. Even though it is a challenge to completely end animal cruelty in the food industry, I encourage you to research and purchase organic and cruelty-free products. Thank you.